BuildAid is so proud to be part of this amazing, bustling city of gold. Come behind the scenes with us as we explore what really goes into the development, refurbishment and creation of this incredible city we call home. From past to present, we look at what makes Jersey unique and what the future holds.
BuildAid on Mix 93.8. Good evening. My name's Graham Alexander. I'm chatting to Chantelle Gladwin Wood. And I always emphasize that, Chantelle, because for so many years you were just Chantelle Gladwin. And Simon's going to join us. Simon's here every Wednesday. Doing the hard work. But we're also lucky. Simon's an architect. He's part of our team. And he's going to give us some info and help us on the subject that we're talking about is as a homeowner, or for that matter, even a building contractor, trying to quote a project. There are some things you cannot price, like the kitchen. You can't. Yeah. You have to give it to the kitchen guy. The roof, you have to give it to the roofing guy. And I did a lecture yesterday on this, and we worked it out that 39% of the price of a project are those things. Simon, as an architect, how many of these things do you bump into, and who do you use to send the plans to these guys and collect it? Is it efficient? Can you use it?
Well, look, we definitely do use the suppliers, and we approach them directly and we say, okay, here's the roofing, give us a price on it, and we push that price back to the contractor generally, and the contractor will then put a markup on it and slot it into his contract. Sometimes the contractor will come with his own pet suppliers, and we'll go to them. But I mean, if we're pricing things up front, sure, the world is our oyster. You know, you when you say sanitary ware, for example, there's a million people selling sanitary ware, so you can send it out to 4, 5, 6, 10 people and come back with pretty decent prices, and you're able to sort of farm around and get a decent spread on what you want to cost.
Into the legalities, Chantelle, obviously we were talking about a roof truss. It's something that the contractor is probably going to have to go and get the price on. The homeowner's usually not going to get involved with something like that. I do believe the architect does, because the architect has a budget to deal with. His client said, I've got X rand, so you're probably going to have to check the roof out. But legally, that would probably fall into what's commonly referred to as the contractor's fixed price amount.
Yes. Like
the cement and the bricks, where we're not interested in how much of that there is at the end of the day. Is there a chance that if a homeowner got involved with one of these things and added advice and so on, something goes wrong, the contractor could say, well, you influenced me, or is there that possibility?
There is. So the fundamental rule when it comes to any contract is called signer beware. So in Latin they say caveat subscriptor. And what that means is you're bound by what you sign. So in a situation where a builder and a homeowner agree on a fixed price, let's say it's $1 million in this instance, and the builder has arrived at that price by allocating 100,000 Rand to the roof trusses. And what happens is that the homeowner says, I'm going to get my best friend who has a roofing company to do it instead. And the quote then comes in, or the builder is supplied with the cost for that roof at 200,000 instead of 100,000. There's definitely a legal remedy that the builder has against the owner for that influence. So it could take a number of forms, and I don't think we really have time to go into that. But basically, the parties need to be very aware of what they agree on, and if any variations are going to be made whatsoever, to protect both parties, those variations must be made in writing and signed by both parties.
When you're designing something like a kitchen, Simon, where it's not just the kitchen company, you're also talking to the plumber and the electrician and the lighting guys and the flooring guys. There could be up to 6 or 7 different specialists and trades involved. I guess that could be a bit of hard work.
No, absolutely. But I just want to jump back onto what Chantelle was saying, is that the very same thing goes with us on a building site. So we're also pretty careful about specifying a very specific product to the contractor, because as soon as we specify it, we become responsible for that particular specification. And if it's late, if it fails, if there's latent defects, anything to that effect, the contractor can then come back to us as the architects and say, you guys spec this, you now are responsible. So whenever we do spec elements like that, like Chantelle said, is that we always identify that it is or equal and approved. So we go through the process with the contractor to find another alternative to a floor tile that we've specified, and then we barter and we jiggle things around. But at the end of the day, everybody makes a decision. Otherwise, there's one party to blame, and that becomes a very, very tricky element. The contracting world is a minefield. I mean, it's tricky stuff.
On the lighter side, and I know you'll have a chuckle, Simon, and so will people that use drawings every day, is there all these references that says as per engineer's detail, as per specification. They go, Sally, where's this engineer, where's the specification?
That's when we're a little bit lazy.
Yeah. And we're going to take a short break. And then come back and talk more about samples and things that could be even more tricky. As we mentioned, chatting to Simon, the relationship of the team, of your professional team, you, the homeowner, with the guys that you're working with, the close guys, usually the architect and the building contractor, less so with the quantity surveyor and the engineer, but it's a team. You can actually have a lot of fun designing your home. And if you want to find out how to do that, then come along on Saturday, or if you're one of our winners, you're going to be there anyway. Come and have some breakfast, bit of fun, and learn something about planning your home. It's really enjoy these workshops because you're sharing something with people saying, this is the right way to do it. It's the fun way. Is there a fun way, Simon?
Absolutely.
Of course there is.
Like I said to you, the contractor we're working on now, the client loves the contractor. He loves me. We all love each other, and it's like one big happy hippie commune on the site, which is cool, and it's what it should be.
Yeah. If this was TV, you would see that Chantelle's not convinced because Chantelle's in the legal field. Chantelle probably has to deal with all these projects that don't do it the right way, and it's not that difficult to get it right.
Simon, if I can say this.
Yeah.
All is fair in love until you haven't got your contract in place. So don't phone me when things go wrong.
Okay.
Let's see how we've done with the question, Kay.
Okay, the last few people who've got it right. Afzal, Derek, Lisa, Ricky, Ian, Craig, Siobhan, and another Craig. Shall I give the answer away? Yes, let me do that now. So we were looking for this first name of Mr. Masekela, which is Hugh, of course. And if you're kicking yourself now, then really. And initially we were looking for two iconic artists, and the other one was Sipho Hotsticks Mabuse. So kick yourself again if you didn't SMS us in. And our winners tonight, we're going to give you a call tomorrow. Mike, Deanne, Gio, Sean, Heather and Craig. If you didn't win tickets, you can still book them at caxtonevents.co.za.
And I look forward to seeing you guys there. Okay, thank you for looking after all of us. Simon looking after the desk and having a chat to us about specialist contractors. And Ian for videoing.
There's something wrong, and I can't hurt you bad. There must be so much love in my heart that it would tear me apart. And I know, although you couldn't see